Happy Sundays, everybody! It's Sunday, and we're happy on Sunday. Oh, well, I guess that's just gonna stay there for the rest of the stream. It's a part of my look. But anyway, so today we're making one of my favorites, because I like hot sauce, especially red hot sauce. So we're doing a buffalo oyster mushroom sandwich. We can do it without the bread if you like. And we can put the lettuce and tomatoes, and if you have like a Caesar or vegan ranch, you could put on top or whatever. I haven't been able to find like a vegan blue cheese as of yet, but you can do blue cheese crumbles if you're not vegan. And basically that's how everything will work. This big bad boy right here is called a patata. I was thinking about making them beforehand because it does take a while to make, but I know that some of you have never seen a patata before. So this is a patata. It is a Caribbean sweet potato, and basically it's huge. So it's like humongous. This is gonna be one potato is gonna be enough for all the potatoes and the fries that we're gonna need for today. They're kind of like a sweet potato, which is like this one. This is a regular sweet potato, but you can see the difference between a sweet potato and a patata. Patata is more on the red side. So like they also have patatas in Africa, but they just call them white sweet potatoes. But yeah, they have the same red skin versus the yellow skin inside of a regular sweet potato, and the inside is different. So this side right here is going to be like that yellowish orange color, and then inside of a patata it's going to be white. Okay, so you guys can see the white fleshiness of the patata. They're harder to gill through, so you'll probably need a bigger knife. And as far as it goes for actually like cooking them, just make them a little bit more like strips. They'll cook a little bit fast, but they do take a little while. The municipal like the health benefits of them are like they have calcium in them. They have magnesium, folic acids, and some protein. So you get a lot from this patata. They're very good in minerals and vitamins. So, and they're really good. They're not as sweet as your typical sweet potato. They're a little bit they're milder, but you don't need any extra like sweetener to add to them to make them even sweeter, because they're just like the perfect amount of sweet. Hi, sister. Hopefully you're able to see. Let me know when you're able to come back and see, because I'll show it again. She said I am in. So did you see the patata? Hello, everybody else in the chat. How are you all doing today? If you are not following this channel, please follow us. Okay, so this is a patata. This is a patata, and this is the inside of the patata. They oxidize, so you can put them in cold water to keep them from oxidizing, but it doesn't stop the taste. It just gives it a different color. So if you are trying to present them to people and you really care about those kind of things, then I would definitely put them in cold water after you cut them, because they will turn a little brown. But anyway, this is the skin of a batata compared to a sweet potato, which is the sweet potato is orange and the batata is red. And the inside is much different, because you know what a sweet potato looks like, and the inside is like an orange color. But yeah, that's how that goes. This is gonna take a little bit of time to do so because of the fact that it's so thick, but I am going to try to make this go as fast as possible. Okay. I don't necessarily love the skin on sweet potatoes, so I take them off. But you can keep them on if you like. I just love my sweet potatoes to just be the fleshy part. So I am going to take the skin off, which isn't going to take that long, I don't think. Some people use the tool to take the skin off of their potatoes. Every time I use them, it doesn't work as fast as I'm doing this right now, so I usually don't use them. But a lot of my friends are like, why don't you use the other tool? And I'm like, I'm just old school, I guess. That tool wasn't around when I was a kid, so I don't think so, at least. Maybe it was. But yeah, I didn't have it in my household. But yeah, so just give me a second, Lee. When I need you, I will call you, okay? Because this part you can't even do. This is like too dangerous for kids to do, because there's a lot of hand-eye coordination. If your child has good hand-eye coordination, then yeah, they can definitely do it. But skinning these things, if you skin it too fast or too close to your arm, you can cut your fingers. Yeah, you have. Yeah, and that's because you were cutting it incorrectly. But hopefully you learned your lesson. Why do you keep inching closer and closer? Okay. Okay, so Alina just expressed to me she doesn't want bread. So she's going to have hers as a salad. But hers is never buffalo. Hers is always with the agave mustard that we made for the day that we made the cauliflower. Unfortunately, we no longer have that video. I didn't know that Twitch gets rid of the videos. So we no longer have that video. But it was such a great thing. And we have the recipe on our Discord. But yeah. So this is not going to take that long because I'm using the bigger knife. And then for these knives, usually just use your weight against it to kind of give you that even slice. We're going to do like these little shoestring kind of fries. I think that's what they call them. They're like the right amount of thickness, but then they'll have some potato inside of them. One day I'm going to make some tater tots because I have been fiending for tater tots for the past whatever. I think one day we're definitely going to make some tater tots. I don't know if I want to make sweet potato tater tots or regular potato tots. You guys let me know. That is a big sweet potato. That would be great. Yeah. It is. It's a huge sweet potato. This is like equivalent to like, you know how like they do jackfruit, and when you get them in the can in the store, they're like, oh, this is not really enough. But when you actually see the actual jackfruit, you're like, oh my god, like that could feed 10 people. That one jackfruit. So definitely, this right here is gonna feed us a lot of fries. So we can definitely hold it for another few days, or we can just snack on it all night. Cooking is like really tedious sometimes, but you guys kind of get the point. I wish we had like TV magic where it's like I could snap my fingers, but I appreciate you guys being here and watching with me the process of doing this and how long it takes in real time to actually make these items. Like my videos aren't really like that long. I think my videos max will be like an hour and like 30, maybe 50 minutes. And that's because we talk and stuff in between. And I show and all that kind of stuff, and we have conversations. But other than that, the food doesn't really take that long. Tater tots are the best potato creation. Oh, yes, they are. It's a cooking stream. That's what people come to see. No fast forward. True. Very true. Very, very, very true. You know how like on the home shopping, I think it was Home Shopping Network or one of those channels, they used to have like the person make their food, and then they already had made like their food beforehand. Pop, pop, bullets! Brr, 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 brr. Everybody shout out to bullets. I think my shout out button works now. It doesn't. It doesn't. Can you shout out bullets for me, please? On my side, it doesn't work. But that's because I'm not using my name. But yes. Yes. Shout out bullets. Go follow bullets. Thank you so much for last week's raid. That was awesome. But yeah, so I was saying, yeah, so they had in the shopping networks, they used to have like the person would create it for like information, and then they will go and then they will have like one that they already made to kind of like speed up the process. I'm not doing that here, because then the other one is going to be like, oh, but now I have to make this one. Waste of food. But yeah, we're almost done with this.
Be careful, don't jump.
Not jumping.
You're like, what is that?
You're just using your weight. So you see, like you could go on your tippy toes, and then you push on your front, and then you kind of push it down. Like that.
But make sure it doesn't fall on the floor.
That's why your hands is like this, right? Your hand is like that. So when you're pushing down like this, right? Your hands are not in the way of the blade. These hands are not in the way, and these fingers are holding on to the other end. So it's not going to get cut. You're using your weight to go through the potato.
We don't want that to fall and have all the people.
Yeah. Those were garbanzo beans, but that was because the top wasn't on. That had nothing to do with me and my positioning.
Was there a hole in it too?
Yes, there was a hole in it too. Because it just happened. I don't know how the hole got there, but it just got there. You know what's so crazy? So we told her that I will call her when it's ready, right? And she just like inching her way onto the stream. It's like, dude, it's not your turn. Julio. So yeah, Bullets does like a nice stream with his friends, and you get to see like really cool games that I probably would have never even thought of playing. Very interactive and very fun to watch. It's trying to get hot. Okie. So by the way, so you guys know, while I'm chopping these, the oven is at a 400 degrees. I preheated it. So 400 degrees is going to keep the food kind of soft, but it's also going to kind of help it get hot really fast, so it can kind of like get that crispiness as well. You can do it on 375 if you want to wait all day, but I don't. So 400 it is. And then 350 is more for like baking. So you'll get soft fries, but they won't be crispy and they won't be brown. So how's your week, everybody? Everybody's week has been going pretty well. Just let me know how y'all doing. The Gim Gim is failing. Alright. Alright, almost the last chops. We're almost there. Pretty darn delicious.
That's too big. Just too small. That looks like a whole ice top.
It does look like ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
It looks like an ice cream top.
Ice cream top?
It goes all at the top of the bowl and it's already full.
Yep. It's gonna be stacked on top of one another. Okay, air fryers, right? Air fryers to me is the new age microwave. And what I mean by that is that there are new creation that happened in the last, couple of years that everybody's flocking to. But no one has tested the nutrients that you're getting before, during, and after you air fry, right? So microwaves were the new age thing at one point in time where everybody was flocking to microwaves, right? And now we're starting to learn, probably like 100 years later, however long microwaves have been created, that they nuke your food and take out all the nutrients, right? They take everything out. So basically at the end of your experience with a microwave, you're eating air, right? You're not even eating the nutrients because the food is being zapped from the inside, and all of the molecules are dying off. So all the nutrients and the good bacteria and cells that are within the food is now being killed off. So there's our potatoes. So yes, so that's how. Hi, guy. So yeah, so air fryers are doing basically the same thing. They're taking air and they're zapping your food, taking out the nutrients at a high heat, right? So I don't use air fryers. Kind of old fashioned when it comes to, I don't even want the whole new electric stove thing. But yeah, give me a fire pit any day over anything. But yes, yes, I put a little bit of oil, some grapeseed oil on top of it, and kind of like tossed it up so that way we can get it evenly coated through. Like I said, you don't have to put anything on it, but if you want to and you absolutely have to, what I will put on it will be some dill. Dillweed brings out like the potato flavor. If you want it more savory, you can do the dill.
The wet mix and the dry mix and the mushrooms.
When I am ready for you, I will call you, Rocco.
Streamlabs didn't give a notification, but got a follower.
Oh, snap! Hello, Selvin Soy. How are you? Thank you for the follow. I don't know what's wrong with Streamlabs. But yes, thank you, Selvin Selvin, thank you for the follow. We're trying to get to affiliate, so everything helps. We appreciate you. How are you today? So evenly distribute it through, right? Coolio, we got that bad boy. So now it's like this, and it's nicely coated. I love my fries with a lot of herbs on them. And if you want, you can add some salt, but I usually add the salt like a little bit later. But yeah, so there you go. So now we're going to take our cookie sheet and we're going to take our parchment paper because it is easier to come off and it's much better for, what do you call it, for cleaning. So yeah, so you're going to just pour those on just like that. And then you're going to kind of like spread them out into like a one layer as much as possible. So there you go. As far as that goes, that's the way love goes. Okay, so this one is a little thick. That will be like a steak fry. This one is a little thick too.
They look beautiful.
They do look beautiful, right? So you go through it and see which one.
To eat.
Yeah, but they're not ready yet. How did you get over here?
I have to eat.
All right, so we are going to put these into the oven. You want to help me with the oven since you're over here? You didn't.
Hi, Alina.
Okay.
I'm sending hugs.
Oh, awesome. All right, so we put it inside, close it, and then we're going to leave that until we start to feel like we want to take them out. All right, so every chef knows you clean as you go.
Our arms, Daddy. What are these little spots on the thing?
So, I'm glad you asked. So now our next thing is going to be our oyster mushrooms, right? So on our oyster mushrooms, we have like these little spores, right? They're not really quite spores. It's kind of like a white film over. Have a white film over our mushrooms, and that is called mycelium. Okay, it's called mycelium, guys. I just learned this today, actually. So the mycelium is actually its protective coat, and it's good for your immune boosting. So we're gonna leave that on there, and we're just gonna cook our oyster mushrooms as is. Now, if you were to see your oyster mushroom have any type of black or yellow or green, You do not want to eat them. Those are bad molds, those are bad fungus, and those are bad for your health, right? So the coloration on them really matter, and you want to definitely look at them to see. Alina, you're singing and that's distracting. I'll call you when I need you, okay? Thank you. So the mycelium on it actually helps it with protecting it, and then when it goes into your body, it helps protect you. So the immune boosting mycelium is going to stay. They actually sell them inside of like drugstores as like a powder. So they take it off the mushroom and they sell them as a powder for you to take as a medicine. So if it's white, it's all right. Only sometimes when it comes to mushrooms, sometimes. Like if you have white on your bread, you don't want to eat that. That's a different type of mold and a different type of fungi. All right. All right, so we're going to use this big old one for our wet mix. And in our wet mix, we're going to chop up some garlic. Put this on the side so you guys can see. Trying to get this thing off the garlic. It's kind of weird. All right, so therefore, we're going to cut up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 cloves of garlic. I'm going to let you guys know what's in the food right now so you can write them down. I'll give you guys a few seconds to come to have your pens and papers ready so I can give you basically the ingredients so we can do this, all right? So we have 5 things of this is for the sauce, okay? So we're going to have garlic, we're going to have molasses, grapeseed oil, coconut aminos, red wine, cooking wine. You can get the cooking wine that has like the salt already in it, or you can choose your favorite wine. Doesn't really matter. We're going to do smoked paprika, cumin powder, some chili powder, coriander, celery salt, and a little bit of regular salt. No, we're not going to do the regular salt because we already have salt in the celery salt. And onion powder, okay? So we're going to cut this garlic up. And this is for the sauce, the marinade that we're going to marinate our mushrooms in for a little bit while we make our dry mix. I don't have a nail on this finger anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I think I was playing handball and some hit my nail. So it's harder for me to peel the garlic back. Okay. Think that's funny?
Yep.
Okie dokie. I don't really want to look
Very much closer.
Where's the words? Go ahead. I don't want to pack the bed. This passion inside can't run from myself. Uh-huh. Go ahead, sing. Don't let me run one more door. Go ahead. Say the words. Singing my love. Yes.
Followed by shadow.
I got a new follower? Oh my goodness, Shadow. Thank you so much. Oh, there it goes. I see it now. Thank you, Shadow, for the follow.
I don't see it.
It just popped up. You missed it.
Where is it? I only see this. I only see this.
Oh, thank you, Bullets. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate you so much. And it doesn't hurt to be around and learn something new, some new recipes, right? We're at the halfway mark. Woohoo! We're almost there, boo. Oh, snap. We're almost there. Thank you so much. Shout out to Bullets again.
I only see this follow right here.
Okay, Boo, what do you got to do when you're going to help cook? What's the first thing you do? She's going to go wash her hands. Wow. I finished this garlic. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Shadow. I really appreciate that. We are following you back, Shadow. It's all about community here, and that's why I love it. Love it so much. All right, so this garlic is just about chopped. Let me put this over here. It's kind of blocking my way.
I was trying to do that before with peppers.
Yep, I know. Look at Guy. Okie dokie. You're going to put this garlic inside here.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go around. You're going to use... Okay, aye. So you're going to take this and scoop it in. Push it in. Good job. So the first things we put in there is garlic, right? Now we're going to do our molasses.
Molasses.
Honestly, I don't know what life was before molasses. But now that I've had molasses in my life, I use it in almost every recipe, guys. This is probably like my secret recipe. So that's about a tablespoon. It's not a secret anymore, but it's definitely a part of almost everything. So now you're going to take some coconut aminos and you're going to shake it like 3 times. And you're going to do like 1, 2, 3. A little bit more. 4, 5. Okay, 5 gookooks.
Okay, like 6, 7.
Okay.
Then same with wine.
Okay, the wine we're going to pour in.
The wet mix?
Oh, that's the wet mix. So that's about like a quarter of the bottle. So this is how much we have so far of our mix, right? So then we're going to add a little bit of grapeseed oil, just a tad bit. Whoop. Whoop.
So what's that big old bubble?
Don't blow in there. Okay, so we're going to do smoked paprika. Shake, shake. Okay, that's good.
What else?
So we got some smoked paprika. We're going to put some celery salt. Just a tad bit. Boop, 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 boop. There you go.
I was about to do that. What else?
Coriander. Just a tap tap. No, like a real tap. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. some cumin powder. No, not chili powder.
I put good one.
Okay, you look for it then. Okay, cumin powder. Is that what it says? It says cumin, right? All right, exactly. So that's
So a little tap tap.
no, we need a little more tap tap because cumin is going to give us our umami taste. That's going to make that oyster mushroom soak in more of like a chickeny kind of taste. Chickeny.
Like,
It gives us like that umami, like that. It's hard for me to explain, but yes. All right. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then you probably just don't know. All right. So Italian seasoning, we're just gonna let that flow in a little bit. Woo! Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Don't do it too much where it's gonna come out a lot. All right, it's good.
Okay, what else? Could tell me the other ingredient?
I'm trying to look. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Onion powder.
Now that onion powder and garlic powder comes out really fast.
Yes. That's good.
And at the end as we put all the ingredients in, we will
And a little oregano.
mix it up.
And pepper.
Don't let you see black pepper.
Okie dokie. All right, that's it, right? So now we're going to take our spoon. All right, okay. You're running to get stuff, okay. And then you're going to mix it.
Oh,
Oh.
Can you hold this for me? Just
No, I'm going to mix it.
Well, I need my stool.
Then you got to wash your hands again.
My stool.
There's no such thing.
This is the only thing on the stool that I have. And that's the face.
All right, guys. So this is what our wet mix looks like. Go around. So this is what our wet mix looks like. It's like a brownish color, and it has some beautiful herbs inside of it, and it smells like the wine, but the wine is going to be taken off when we cook it. Look, see? This is what it looks like. All right. So now we're going to take our oyster mushrooms. That's what I just said. So we're going to take our oyster mushrooms. You can put as big of a size you want or as small of a size you want, depending on the amount of thickness you want. So you can put them like this size, but it's just going to take a little bit extra coating to coat them when it comes to Alina. I am trying to show them something. It's going to take a little extra coating to coat them in order to fry them. So just keep that in mind when you are putting the size of your oyster mushrooms together. This is a good size if you want like a big piece of on your bread. So you can definitely put that in there, but we're just going to dump them in there. Go wash your hands again. So we're going to mix our oyster mushrooms in so it could marinate. It's going to soak in all those flavors, right? So you see there's like a little bit of juice. The phone died too. Oh, okay. So look at that. My phone died, guys. I'm sorry. But yes, that's what it looks like. All right. All right. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're gonna do so there's this, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of people used to eat the easy bake oven bags, right? So that is a really great technique when it comes to oyster mushrooms and getting your food nicely coated with all the things that you need. So we're going to put all of our dry ingredients in here. You can also use it in a bowl, but that does take a long time, as you guys saw on our stream with the cauliflower.
And they are cooking them. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. They can see it. I'll show them after. So we're going to take our spelt flour.
Flour.
We're going to put some spelt flour inside. Shake and bake. Yes, that's what it was called. But it's a really great technique to frying your stuff as well, to kind of get all of it coated nicely. Right? So as we're doing that, we're going to put our oyster mushrooms on the side to marinate. We're not done.
Help you, Mommy?
Take the thing out. Okay, I got it.
Oh, can I help you pour inside?
All right, let me do it because I don't want the. This is why I said let me do it, because you're going way too fast and it's not even in there.
What's in there?
Hold on, that's a lot of. Hold on. All right, so that's about amount of flour that we're gonna need.
Don't make you pour.
It's flour, it's not pepper. All right, so there we go. That's the flour. And then inside the flour, we're going to add our seasonings as well. So we're going to put some breadcrumbs inside to give like that extra crunchy coating. And you can use panko or regular. Panko is much of a bigger, they're bigger chunks of coating, but breadcrumbs are a lot finer. So that's what your breadcrumbs look like.
Can I see them?
So you're going to add probably like 1/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. That looks about good.
You almost did the whole.
No, I didn't. I used 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so we got that.
Oregano.
Alina, can I open it before you try to, like, Alina? So you're going to add your oregano to the dry mix. You're going to put your garlic powder. Some cumin. Those are not the words. Some smoked paprika, which helps great with your digestive system. Help you digest your food nicely. Did I do Italian seasoning? Well, we're gonna add some Italian seasoning. I think I did oregano. and some coriander.
How about some pepper? No.
No, we're gonna use some salt. Just put it inside.
Yeah, like yeah, at least as a sprinkle.
All right, so now we're going to take our Ziploc bag and we're gonna shake it.
Next thing we did.
It didn't even shake. Look.
Okay, try that. That's kind of crazy, right?
All right, perfect. So now we have.
Wow.
So now we have our flour
With the air out.
that's seasoned inside there. And if you want to, you can add a little bit more color, which I'm going to do. I'm going to add some more smoked paprika.
And when you put the smoked paprika in, shake it.
And a little bit more coriander.
Use the more seasoning in it, more color, and then you have to mix it again. Close it again.
All right.
I'll be mixing it, okay?
Okay. You gotta actually like mix it around.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Good.
It smells good.
It does smell good. All right.
It smells like that when it's cooked.
So the reason why we're doing double seasoning is because the inside of your oyster mushroom is going to taste one way, but then your coating is going to need some type of seasoning too. You don't want it to just be flour on top of seasoning. Like that just doesn't make any sense. So you definitely want to double season, right? So once you do that, you're going to take your oyster mushroom out, right? And then you're going to plop them inside. You can do about like 3 or 4 at a time.
Or 5.
Okay, or 5 because Alina wants to do one. Right? And then do not lick your hand, please. There's wine in there, Alina.
I'm tasting.
No, you don't want to taste it. There's wine inside. You want to get drunk? Okay, so I advise you to go wash your hands.
What's this?
No. Wipe it off then. Okay, so the wine is going to cook off once you cook it, but it has some alcohol in it, and if she licks it, she will be loopy. So we don't want that. All right, so we're gonna take our frying pan, right, and then we're gonna take our grapeseed oil. And while we're at it, we're going to do like a strainer with some paper towel in it. And that strainer is going to catch the oil from our oyster mushrooms. So usually so this whole thing wasn't really that full, but it had about this much, and I used about this much. So that's about a cup or so of oil, but you gotta kind of look at it to see how it is with your pan. Like my pan is, if you guys can see that, it's right there on the outside, so it's pretty good amount. And we're gonna turn the heat on, right? Okay, and in the meantime, our oyster mushrooms are inside of our thing, and we're going to shake it.
I was afraid.
Okay, just don't squash it, but shake it. Just so concentrated.
It looks so floury.
Yep, we want it to be nice and coated, right? So we want all the seasonings and everything to be on
The
oyster mushrooms. Make sure that your bag is closed, right? And then you're going to take these out
with your hands.
And then put them on the side. I got them.
You can put those in the wine things inside the bag, and then I can mix it and stuff.
Okay, so this is what our oyster mushroom looks like. Nicely coated, right? It looks like flour, yes, but it is nicely coated. And underneath is going to be our oyster mushrooms. Okay. Okay, so you just said that you wanted to put it in now.
No, I said you put it in, I mix it and stuff.
Okay.
I want the wine to be.
Yeah, you don't want to be drunk?
And that's why I don't want alcohol when I grow up.
Oh, good. That's good. Alcohol is not really good for you anyway, so.
Have you drunk alcohol?
Of course I have, because it's been something that has been kind of like introduced to me. So slowly weaning. This will be a conversation for off stream. But yeah. She asked me if I got drunk before, guys. Yeah. So you're going to shake it through, right? Kind of like coat that really nicely, right? So in the meantime, our oil should be nice and ready. I'm going to take a little bit of, yep. So it's starting to form around. So we're going to take that and we're going to place that inside. Auntie Gail says you're cracking her up.
What?
Okie. Alina, you said you weren't going to touch it.
I
got it.
Test the wet one.
Okay, I got it. Now you can take these straight from the bag since the oil is nice and hot.
I didn't mean I wouldn't touch it from the.
It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I said I won't touch it when it's wet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. All right. So our oyster mushrooms are in there. We have a few left. And so we're going to take the rest of them and we're going to add them to our flour. And you can marinate this overnight if you like, which will give more of a flavor, but it's not really necessary. Here you go. Yes, we are on the road to affiliate, so please follow the channel. Working on getting there.
Auntie Gail with you?
Yes, she has. Auntie Gail is always supporting us, right? Because that's what family does. We support each other and help each other.
You're not really like family.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
But you're not really
Here we are. So we are going to coat it, and make sure when you are actually doing it inside of the bag, you're kind of separating it, because I did add a lot in here. So you want to separate them to the point where they're not coagulating together. right? So they're nice and separate, and that will be for our new mix. And this is about the amount that leave it. This is the amount that did not get the chance to soak into the mushrooms. So if you have a few left, like maybe like 3, that can fit inside. But other than that, don't worry about it. It's okay. And you can actually, if there's no mushrooms inside of it, you can save it if you want to do it on another day. Because it's a marinade. But make sure you take all the mushrooms out because it can spoil. And there's no preservatives inside, so you want to make this as soon as possible. But since we're not going to make this anytime soon, we are done with that. Okie dokie. All right, guys, so we can turn our oyster mushrooms. I'm going to use the tongue, and we're going to turn it over. No, I didn't. I'm going to turn it over. The nice golden brown on the other side. All right, Lee, I got it from here. I'll call you when the food's ready. Say see you later, guys. You did that last time. Okie dokie. So she's a bit of a one-trick pony right now, but we're getting her to the point of learning more recipes, right? So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, we're going to take this onion and we're going to cut it to saute it. So we got Sade playing in the background. I'm so happy that I'm cooking with you guys. It's so much fun to be here on Sundays. Like I said last week, I didn't think that I was going to actually really like this too much because I felt like it was like an obligation. But I like it. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to it every Sunday, to be honest with you. What new things I'm going to make, coming up with new recipes, trying to figure out the health benefits for everybody, and making sure that we are making a well-rounded meal and not just something that's just there, you know? So it's absolutely amazing. And we also have patatas in the refrigerator and inside the oven. So we're going to take our same spatula and we're going to kind of like turn them over a little bit. They're starting to brown a little bit at the bottoms. So we're going to turn them over. Nice and soft. Oh yeah. Those things are going to be amazing. It's so much fun to watch. Thank you, sister. Are you just saying that because we family? Nah, I feel like you would really tell me if it's like, maybe you should try something different. Dokie. Okay, so we're gonna just like put these in a nice strips, you know, strip it down. And we're going to so we have agave. And we're going to put that one on. We're going to saute these onions. Okay. Good job. Yeah. All right. So our oyster mushrooms are basically done. On the other side, so they're nicely golden brown, right? I'll show you when they're kind of like not dripping of oil. Nice and flaky. Nice and coated beautifully. And this kind of takes away from having to do 2 bowls, and it keeps your hands clean the whole time without having to take some oil, without having to get your hands all wet. Okie dokie. So now we're going to take our onions and put those inside the little frying pan. And we're going to add some agave, and this is going to caramelize our onions and make them nice and delicious. I'm using a spatula for everything, guys. All right, so now our oyster mushrooms from the bag are going straight in. Okie dokie. And we still have some more oyster mushrooms in here, guys. Just so you guys can see. We got 1 round already done. We got 1 round in the pot. And we have another round inside of the bag. So that's awesome. I'm going to let you guys see what the oyster mushroom looks like now that there's no more oil dripping on it. So this is the oyster mushroom, guys. It's nice and flaky. You see, like when I coat it off, like look at that. That's perfect. Like, if you have ever had oyster mushrooms and they was very like cakey, no way. That's not what we want. We want them to be nice and dense and has a crunch. You hear this? Oh my God. Guys. Can't wait to eat restaurant food. I don't know if I want to share this one. But I think I have enough to share. It's so good, guys. So good. I'm gonna leave this on the side. You want to try? Calling Alina. We're not quite done yet, but yes, I'll let her try it regular without any of the seasoning. All right. Just hold on, boo boo. Let it cool down a tad bit. It's a little hot. Good. She's a happy camper. So good. What line did I skip? All right. Happy face. All right. Let me get the plate to plate this for you guys so you can see how I would plate this for a sandwich versus a salad. Did you want a sandwich or a salad? You said sandwich? Okay. All right, sandwich versus salad. So you guys can see that. By the way, guys, her arm is not a sling. She's trying a new fashion today. Skip it. I forgot that it was there. It was on my head and I just left it there and I didn't realize until Andrew said something. But it's okay. It's new fashion. Do you like it? So I'm gonna turn them over. Our sauteed onions is almost ready. So sister, as you can see, the time it usually takes for the whole process to brown and everything before you turn it over to the other side. You want it to kind of look like this. You want it to look like this on one side before you turn it over to the other side, okay? Okay. All right, this is our sauteed onion. So we're going to put those onto the side. Our caramelized onions. Almost, Booch. Almost ready. Okay, so salad, ensalada. Caesar salad on the side, just like that.
I heard the song.
Okie dokie. So we're going to take this half a tomato and we're going to cut it in little dices, little squares.
Like how some pickles.
Yep, sometimes. We're going to add that on to her salad, just like that. And then for the other parts, for the sandwich, we're going to do that slightly different. And we're going to put them into slices. Okie dokie. Nice and beautiful. These slices. Did you want your bread toasted? Okay, so we're going to toast the bread slightly. Oh my goodness. Don't want those to get too dark. Okay. We're going to take the other ones that are left over, put them in there. If you need more oil, you can add it to it. It's perfectly fine. It's going to heat up right away. To make your oil kind of go faster, you heat up your pan first dry, and then you put your oil in once the pan is hot, and then your oil will be automatically bubbly and ready to go once the pan is hot. That's a little trick so you know, because sometimes people are like, how do I know if my oil is ready? If you're okay with the oil starting to pop, you can add a tad bit of water to hear the popping sound. But if you're not okay with that and you think that's too dangerous, you can definitely do it the way that I just stated. So we're finding all of the pieces of oyster mushrooms. A fairly good amount. You can also, if you have a strainer, you can also pour your flour into that strainer to kind of get out all the mushrooms so that way you're not missing any. Kind of like a miner's method. So what I mean by miners is like the mines when they're looking for gold. They'll take it and they'll put it in a strainer and they'll shake it until they find the nuggets of gold. That's the same thing you can do with the oyster mushrooms as well. You don't want to fish for them like I'm doing right now. Yeah, you can make your agave mustard.
Okay, Dad.
They already know how to make it. You've made it with them before.
The new followers.
Okay, the new followers. Okay.
Don't know how to
Okay, so the new followers don't know how to make the agave mustard. So she's going to make agave mustard for you guys because that's her favorite thing. Alright, so I'm going to rinse off my hands. You have a thing in there with already that has mustard in it. No, talking about Lee.
Oh.
Already has mustard in it.
Let's put this in our garbage.
Here.
And then
There's no space. Here. Okie dokie. And while you do that, I'm going to take the fries out.
where is the bowl?
The bowl is right there, boo.
So that there's bowl with it. So at least we don't have my ball is going to be really different. So we're missing from there. And now let's pour just the agave in it. Agave. Brownish color. Close it. Then we mix it to just like a brownish color. Then you do like just a bunch a little bit. You can control it. A little bit more mixing.
So can you go over it with them one more time so that way you know they know what you're doing? Because I don't think they heard you.
So we have to.
How many ingredients do you have?
We have agave and mustard.
Okay.
So when it's in a bowl, we have to put the agave in just in where the mustard is, and you mix it up until you see like a brownish color, and then you taste a little bit. And you need a little bit mixing, so that you taste again. And when you put your head up and down, I mean just good. So let me put this at the side. Okay, guys, and
That's it? It's good?
yep,
You taste it and it's perfect?
yep.
Okay, okay.
Are you going to taste some?
Yeah, sure. It's a little sweet, but it's good. Did you mix it really good?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you like it?
See?
Mm-hmm. Tastes like honey mustard, guys, but there's no honey.
Because honey is not vegan.
Nope, it isn't. You don't have to talk into your shoulder. They can hear you. Okay. You're not doing it. You're doing it wrong if you're not mixing and tasting. All right. So I'm gonna flip these over. Dokie. Okie dokie. So there we go for that. Last round. Okay. Yeah, but it's starting to like separate. Okie dokie. So she has her salad and these are our patatas. These are our patatas, right? Nice and coated. Hold on. Nice and coated with the dill and beautiful. You can add salt to it now if you like, but she's going to take it from me. Yeah, good. Okay, great.
So by the way, it's ready.
It's ready just the way it is? Perfect. That's what I want to hear. So we're going to cut this cheese, Parmesan cheese, open. Jeez. I'm gonna find this thing. Okay.
I know how. No.
No, watch your fingers. She knows what she wants. She sure enough does. Okie. Alright, perfect. So now we are going to take our grater. I don't know why this thing was so hard to open. Looking for the grater. And I don't see it.
Funny.
Found it.
It'll be funny.
Dokie, excuse moi. Alina.
Sorry.
Okay, we can turn off our oil after we take off our last of our oyster mushrooms. Sorry guys, that was a little chaotic. Finding everything that we need, but we're almost done, guys.
Turn it off when all the stuff is out.
Yep, turn it off when everything is out. So it's off, right?
That's a fast turn, right?
Yep, okay. So now, do you want cheese on your salad? You sure? Because you have agave mustard.
I sure do.
That's going to be, okay. So we're going to give her, do you want them sliced or do you want them grated? Sliced? Okay, so she wants them sliced. Right, so that's going to be hers. Andrew does not like cheese, so we don't have to worry about him. Then I'm going to take some sauteed onions.
Mix it.
And then she wants you to mix hers in there nice and nice. Just like that. Okay, so she got some sauteed onions in there.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move. Just like that.
Okay. So here's our oyster mushrooms, guys. This is what they look like. Just beautiful, right? Nice and brown like me.
And me.
And us. Right?
And Daddy.
So that's what we want, nice and brown. Just think, how brown do I have to make them? Happy Sundays complexion. All right, so, and then we're going to take her agave mustard.
Spread on top.
And we're going to sprinkle that on top just like that. Okay, and then we're going to add, and kind of like take some of that excess off so it looks pretty. Right? And then we're going to take our fries.
Yeah.
Put this on the side, please. Watch out.
Did you watch
Okay. So that's what it looks like when we are making it into like a salad form. She has her patatas, her agave mustard on her oyster mushroom. She got some Parmesan cheese in there and some Caesar lettuce, romaine lettuce, and some tomatoes and onions. So that's hers. And we're going to let her do her taste test while I'll make. Hopefully it didn't burn because I forgot all about it. Perfect! Yes, okay. No. Hold on. Wait a minute. So it didn't burn. However, these are going to be way too hard. So we have toast instead of slightly toasted. So you heard that? I left it in too long, guys. So I don't know what we're going to do with this. We'll probably eat it later. But that's definitely not what we're going to eat now because that's going to cut our mouths open. Okay. Hold on, you got to wait. I'm going to give you your fork. Here you go. For your taste test. See her good? All right. Okay, so you got it? You got to eat it all together. Okay. Let me put that there while I get some more bread. Are you going to tell them like the flavors and what it tastes like and if you like it?
I like it.
Teach them the salad part too.
It is not so good. Ooh.
So I got an approval. I'm going to put this bread in for a lot shorter of a time just to warm up the bread and not to toast it.
I definitely like the fries. Let me taste some of the cheese.
Delicious? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
It's delicious.
All right. Go ahead. So that's what her plate looks like, guys. Didn't take a picture. I think this is on the site, on the Discord already. That's all we need. She likes it. All right, so now for this one, this plate is going to be for the sandwich. I'm going to take flip the bread over so it's nice and warm, but it is still soft because that's what we want, right? Want that hard piece of bread. I'm going to take this. Also, forgot, guys, we're doing this buffalo style. So I'm going to take the pot with the onions that was on it, right? And I'm going to put some butter. Let me not forget these in here again. All right, so we're gonna take some butter, which is gonna be our Mayokos brand, right? We're gonna turn on our pan, and we're gonna take about a cube of butter. We don't need too much, just enough to coat the pan. Ooh. Okay, we heard you when you said it the first time. So we're gonna let our butter kind of settle in, and we're going to take celery salt and red hot. And a bowl. So we have a bowl, some red hot, and we're going to put our oyster mushrooms inside. And then because this is a sandwich, we're going to choose our bigger pieces for that, right? So like that. That. And this.
So you picture.
Oh, okay. Picture hour. So she drew a picture for you guys.
And so right here is Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
Me. My daddy. My mommy. And a park. 2 houses.
That's her picture of the day, guys.
It was a surprise just for you guys.
Oh, it's a surprise. Yay! That's awesome. So we're going to take our celery salt and we're going to put that in there. And then we're going to take our red hot and we're going to put that in there as well. So we had about this much of red hot left over to about the barcode. I don't know how much that is, but that's what we poured in. And then we're going to take a spoon and we're going to mix it. So the celery salt gives it like that beautiful celery cool down taste that you usually get when you do buffalo anything. Ooh. And this is what it looks like. And we're going to pour that right onto our oyster mushrooms. We have a little left. And then we're going to mix it with that spoon. I lost one. Gotta take it with you. Right? Okie dokie. So, first things first, we're going to take some of this sauce and we're going to put it on the bread. Alright, just a little tad bit. We don't need a lot because it's already on our oyster mushrooms. Just so your bread is not dry. Right, and then we're going to take our cooling down agent, which is our Caesar. I'm going to add that on. right? And then we're going to take our sauteed onions. We're going to put that on top. You're a really good artist, Alina. And then we're going to take our tomatoes and put that there. We're going to take our juicy oyster mushroom, right? And then if you wanted the cheese, you can put the cheese on top right here. All right. And we're going to put that like that. And for display purposes, okay, and then we're going to take our potatoes, our batatas, voila, guys. So because it's two different separate things, I'm going to have two different people tell you what they like. Yes, she told you about that. So Andrew, please come and taste this sandwich. He's on his way, guys.
This is my first time coming in this restaurant. I want to see what do you guys normally recommend here?
So today we have some patatas with some oyster mushroom buffalo sandwich with some cooling agents of some of some sauteed onions, some tomatoes, and some Caesar.
Oh, it's already cooked?
Yes.
Oh, say less. Okay. Herby yet sweet with the potatoes, batatas. You like it? Let's take a bite of this. Okay, all right.
Here. Some sauce. Sorry.
Sauce?
Some pepper got in my nose.
Oh, it's pepper. Okay. I like this. I like this a lot. How much did you go for?
It's $20.
$20?
Yep.
That's a steal.
It's a steal.
That's a steal.
$20.
This is it.
Pretty good. Okay, guys. Well, thank you all. Do we have any questions? She said $18. Thank you. $18. She said, oh, 20? Yeah, and these prices, oyster mushrooms are kind of expensive. Can we talk after? Because I'm about to say goodbye to everybody, okay? Love you all. Thank you so much. Please stick around for the raid. We're going to raid a gamer today because he's so supportive and we want to show him love back. Our friend Dougaloo, he's hilarious. And I'm very eager to see how he's going to react to this raid. So please stick around for the raid. We love you and happy Sundays, everyone.